Hello, kind stranger. How have you been? Thanks for joining us today. Today, I'm going to tell you a story of a connection. A connection that, despite being tested under undeniable circumstances, separated by distance and time zones, managed to shine through even the dark, uncertain times. How out of crisis times arose a spark of light that brought the two people sharing the bond closer rather than getting apart. Listen carefully, as you might come across the dhak-dhak of two hearts beating together in rhythm. Time zones apart, continents afar. I have a person, I call him home, the closest to my heart, yet very far from me. I share with you a tale of 1277 days, filled with love, laughter, music, food, virtual hugs, and kisses. Have you ever felt the sudden urge to hug someone so tight? But you can't. You can't because they are on your screens and not literally beside you. Not necessarily your boyfriend or girlfriend. It may be your parents, siblings, or some friends. Human touch. Have you wondered about the warmth of a handshake? Or the comfort that a hug offers? The soft caress or the firm grip that infuses love and security. How easily we neglect its importance until we actually cannot get to someone. Can't touch that person whom we long for. Believe me when I say so, you cannot visualize even a quarter of these feels virtually through video calls or boomerangs. My partner and I have been dating for more than 3.5 years now. Wait for it. And since the very beginning, it has been a long distance relationship. Yes, the obvious questions about differences, insecurities, intent of love would be quizzing you. And I can tell you this has been a journey that has not been just a part of my life, but has shaped my whole life for the better. It has been a journey of friendship. Now, if I tell you this, that the age difference between us is of 8 years, do not be surprised, because even we aren't, not for a moment has either my partner or I felt insecure or hesitated in telling the things that go on with us, within. No, we aren't any different from a normal couple. We do stupid things, big laugh at our own chats while scrolling down, argue over something dumb and then again patch over because it wasn't worth it. The one thing that keeps us going is our determination to keep alive. Keep alive ourselves, our bond, our proving love, and our flaws. With time zone as R, the certain in our relationship, the initial days in our bond meant either one of us staying up late or waking up in the wee hours. Half asleep, half awake when most of the country slept. When I would somehow sneak in time from my college burden, his official duty would still be on. Hence, our basic aim was always to find time for our longed for chats, virtual dates, or thanks to the video calls. Obviously, it was tiresome, but we did manage to find our little fun through it. For the ones who are in love, even the smallest of efforts are always worth it. Our virtual dates would often comprise of us making our mutual favorite dish, Maggie or pasta, and sitting with it in a chair, our mobiles arranged so we face each other. Those chats that we never would want to end, but time would restrict us. No, it wasn't like our chats consisted just romantic gossips of Sona Babu apne khana khaya, but it would consist of diverse topics and our viewpoints on them, disagreements on opinions, and at last, laughter on the things that went on in our worlds. Reminding of the new trailer to some movie or sharing the link to some comedy video I came across. His arguments on why How I Met Your Mother is a more worthy series than Friends, and my counter pretends disappointment. So he would make me smile with his talks. Mutually agreeing on videos like spending life on a boat and eagerly waiting for the next time that we could talk. We spend our journey cleansing, knowing our distant schedules trying keeping us apart. But we and our love took us this afar. And then it came. More than a ban, it seemed a blessing. The lockdown was announced, giving us a chance at refreshing. Now, we had all the liberty in the world to know each other inside out. Our video meetings grew in number, and now we even could involve in various activities together. With everyone busy in finding faults with this pandemic, we, the couple, found ourselves get 12,328 kilometers more closer to each other. 12,328 kilometers closer to each other's boundaries. 12,328 kilometers closer to each other's hearts. 12,328 kilometers closer to each other's thoughts. And 12,328 kilometers closer to each other's souls. We connected in all the ways possible. From times when my calls would go unanswered with him being at work, to having ample time for multiple video calls, we have grown for each other. We never actually planned anything much, but we sure did develop a habit owing to this lockdown. And that was exercising together. Nah, not literally. But yeah, facing each other's screen inside. Though he has a different schedule of exercise in the morning at 7:30 a.m. and it is 5 p.m. here in India. We did catch up after all. Although our exercises were based on our body goals. Him being a lean body and more bone weight, he focuses on body strength exercises. While me, being a beginner level with a healthier body, would focus more on calorie burnout exercises. However, we did find us time here too. Planks. Planks are something that both of us could endure perfectly. With our motivation factor being that we perform that facing each other, it gave us goosebumps, as though we were doing it right on the very same floor opposite to each other. Oh, I so wished I could have extended my hand and reached right to his, and we could get together for even 1 minute. But those tired smiles and watching each other close eyes after a tiring workout is a memory I could die with if given the last choice. All the good showerings didn't mean all our days were equally peaceful and romantic. We did have disagreements turned to ugly fights. And the distance was only an added fuel, flavoring the bitter bite. But as it is said, if you look far away, you always find one. However bad a fight may be, if we value the relation, if we respect the bond, then nothing can be permanently broken. Maybe it is just a small earthquake, just how strong our roots could grasp the within. Imagining a future and playing Ludo was what we did when passing our time and were on low energy modes. How strange it is when people who stay together don't care enough. Leave alone love, and we being so far yet felt so close. Just because our mutual caring always kept our love hormones so in flow. The excitement of human thinking about you and caring is something that every human must feel. I could tell you numerous instances where our care reflected. I remember this one time, recently it had rained in Vadodara, the unseasonal one. I was feeling too happy with it. The aroma, the weather all created a romantic atmosphere, and so I called him, disturbing his sleep. Yes, I have taken the liberty of faking his precious dreamy eyes at any night in the middle of the night, and told him how beautiful it was outside and sent some pictures. But his first question made me again realize how lucky I was to get him as my partner and buddy. पैर तो नहीं दुख रहे ना? Are your legs fine? They aren't paining na? I get muscle pain due to intense humid environment, and he remembers that. Though it was just once I had told him that, and even I myself had missed that out by then. But he, even for a thing that happens rarely in just this 2 to 3 months of the rainy season, had it as the first thought. Though he doesn't showcase openly that he cares, but in our actions that never need words, we know we care deeply for each other. Be it by passing instructions on how to wash veggies after each time he came from grocery shopping. For us, mental health is something that we have focused on since the very beginning. Whenever I have any kind of low phases in my life, my partner always stays a wall around me, healing me from within. Irrespective of time, we can call each other, even if we can't speak much on the topic or are low ourselves. We listen. Listening is one habit that supports someone who is telling the tale of woe. That someone cares and will think about how a broken person feels. It gives a sense of security and an audience that will appreciate if the person who is fallen tries and gets up. This is what defines how intentful a bond is. Also, if you fall across us chatting, you wouldn't recognize it as a couple chatting. Rather, it would seem like two chuddy buddies talking their hearts out with all kinds of curse words and boy talks. In fact, he quite understands that matter. If I hang out with my friends and couldn't take out time for him, or go partying with some of my male friends, it isn't an issue of his ego or pride getting affected. He knows being happy and respecting my decisions and privacy. We never doubt each other's loyalty, or if he posts some pictures with some of his female friends, I don't get hyped up or jealous. Never. For us, trust is that cylinder-shaped pillar on which we rest. We just ask each other to send in a confirmation message of reached safely or return back so we can check in on our worrying overthinking minds. The enjoy message is the text that gives us a smile and feeling that we are not guilty of enjoying without each other. I would like to mention here that each and every couple who are still confused on how or what to do to make your bond such strong, practice a long-distance relationship. Ask your partner if he in the same neighborhood to try this. And not as a vacation for 2 weeks, but as a test for 2 months. Once you can do that, you don't just get to know the trustworthiness or compatibility of your partner, but you also nurture your relation like watering a small plant. As time progresses and nutrients are sucked in, your plant-like bond adapts, grows out, and survives. Before I conclude, I would like to add this one point. Plan long-term surprises. Say we have one for long. I love reading books, so my partner made me do a deal. I just write up whatever book I wish to read as I come across it in a sheet that can be viewed by him. And he surprises me by ordering those books for me to my home address. And hence, I now own a small private library at my house. He always mentions, I gift you knowledge through these. What else can you want from a partner? Amongst all this commotion, we have now even decided this once a week thing. We both are tennis players. In fact, our first meet was on a tennis court. I still can picture the way he twists his wrists. And so, now we relive that day by ball practicing it and watching each other do so. We completely enjoy and appreciate each other's gameplay, often learning new techniques in the way. Before you leave, to let us know what kind of stories would you like to hear on our platform. Also, if you like our content, do make sure you like our channel and subscribe to us to get updates on our upcoming episodes. In the next episode, in the next story, you will visualize an imaginary story about an event involving king, battle, little princess, and a red rose. It portrays how the 5-year-old princess grew up breathing heaven's scent in the form of to be continued on the next Monday. Till then, ta-ta, see you and take good care.